You know why I pause like this? Because I don't know when the beginning of the video is going to start. What the hell was that? All right, so I'm scared. You see the title of the video? Yep, bought some puts. I said don't buy puts because um, the V's, right? The V bottom. The thing's always bouncing like crazy and you get blown out of your position. That might actually happen today because the last time he was down like this, which was 2,000 points on the downside, we reversed that pretty quick. I don't actually remember if we got to the top of that range, but we'll look at that. So right now I'm doing this video. It's 1:57 p.m., 6:24. What is that, Wednesday? Today Wednesday? Yeah, today's Wednesday. So the Dow's down 737, 830. Look, the VIX is up 13%, man. That's big. It hasn't been up like that in a while, but these days it doesn't mean nothing. Plunge protection team comes right in and changes everything. So, I've been up for a couple of days without doing anything, right? The best way I love to trade. Do nothing, make money. So here we are. I'm down $1,900, man. So it's trying to take a lot of that back. A lot of that's Facebook, so that Facebook is going to be a volatile position. I always told you that because I got leaps, right? I got the leaps. I'll actually be looking to buy more if it gets to the right price. I sold at 230, 225. I had that put spread going on for a while. I had to get out of it. Facebook had recently, I just got out because it was getting a little close. It got down here around 232. I said, let me take off some risk. Okay, not only did I take off some risk, I added some SPX puts. And one is a toy trade, which is I could actually lose $260. Let's go here. And if you look right here, up there somewhere, you can see the top of this range. Make sure, yeah, you see right here. See the top of the range here. So I sold right there the 260, 3060, 3065 for 240, right? So I sold that. Right now it's up. If the market closes above that range, I'll be out $200. If it closes down below that, I'll be making $240. So I'm actually going to leave that on. I'm going to take the $260 loss. Actually, I might buy it back if it reaches 400. I don't know, but I'm willing to take that loss. It's a straight gamble. I'm thinking we're going to close lower. I don't know, man. Last time I did such a trade, I got blown out of my position. I was live. And, man, the market moved up like 1.5% in the last 5 minutes. It was crazy. So it might, I don't know what it's going to do. I think it's going to go down, but I don't know because I think there's forces that, Fed forces, government, plunge protection team that's working on here. I did click that, right? That's working against me or against us, so, and I think they're in full effect and who knows, man, who knows? So let's look at the chart. This is the 4-hour chart of SPX, and right where I just connected the last two lows we had, and notice how it hit right there when we hit the low earlier today. Why did we hit that low? What was the news that was actually trending on that low? See, this is actually, it's bouncing, and it's going to be a minute to break that low. So I'm positioned for the break, or we might bounce a little bit. Looks like it's trying to bounce now. But what happened? Well, the spike in coronaviruses. So New York governor came out and he's got these. Here, where's that at? He's right here. He's New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut impose 14-day quarantine on travelers from coronavirus hotspot states. I can't remember the hotspots. What is it? South Carolina, Arizona. Well, let me see. Florida. Yeah, I don't know the actual. Is this it right down here? Yeah, as of today, the levels: Alabama, Arkansas, Arizona, Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, Washington, Utah, Texas. So how do you regulate that? I mean, if I were to drive to New York, who's stopping me saying, where'd you come from? So I don't know how that's going to work exactly. But, the market's basically been following the New York governor. He's been actually the leader of the coronavirus situation. Okay, so now that he's stepping up the game, right? It's always been, it makes me worry that maybe other states may do the same. Maybe more stores will close, like Apple closed, remember? So I'm kind of worried that the market's got ahead of itself, and maybe now it's gonna see the realization of what's going on. Also, I actually even expect a Trump tweet to come out and say something. Oh yeah, levels are looking good. Who knows? Uh, I'm expecting some kind of interference or pump from that end, since that's what he does. But I don't know when that will come in. But that might be the turn. But you know what? I feel that when if the pump comes, that's probably a good shorting opportunity. Let it run up a little bit and then boom, hit it. So that's probably my plan. I got out of a lot of positions. I got out of Nicola. That goddamn, that was hard to get out. There is no liquidity in these options. So I got out of that. I'm gonna go ahead and keep this one. If it stays above 67, if it goes below that, I lose $55. So I'll keep that. If it stays above, I make 140. I couldn't get out. I tried to get out. The liquidity is terrible. So that I should have never got in. I put on a Google position, so I did do some bullishness. I sold the 1350 to 1300 put on Google. Oh, goodness gracious. Look at the drop right here. All right, so the market's selling off into the close. This is exactly what I expected. Yes, indeed. Hold on, man. Let me see something. Give me a minute, y'all. I cannot see. I need my glasses. Oh, shoot. No, okay. I'm like, am I live? All right, it's saying I am, so had to check that out real quick. So look at that drop right there. So I sold the 13. I was thinking, eh, Google didn't really run like that, so I sold it going into earnings. But I don't know, man. I might have to get out of that for a loss. It's already down $95. I sold the DIA. I was actually liking it yesterday a little bit, thinking it could hold, but obviously it can't hold. I was thinking, you take out, let's go to the daily chart here. Let's get rid of this right here. And you take out this bar, and I was thinking, we might get a run, right? High or low, right? High or low. So it might pop up, but no, it looks like it's popping down, or at least coming to the bottom of the range. So I put that on. We dropped, it was about down 500 points or so, and I put that on. I sold this is the DIA, right? What did I sell? See, way down here, right? Right now it's a 22 delta to 235, 225, and it was only for like $1.20 or something. It was more than 10%. That's my sweet spot, so I like that. 235. So I'm way down here, right? Hopefully it doesn't reach down there in the next 3 weeks. I don't know, man. This thing could possibly pick up steam. So let's see. That's really for a bounce. If we kind of start just rolling over, I might even get rid of that one. I don't want too much exposure. All right, so right, monitor activity positions. Okay, here we go. What is going on? No account. There we go. This look weird. All right, so what else did I do? I got out of Facebook. I told you I got it in DIA, the Google. I put that on. Nicola, I put that. I tried to take that off, but liquidity sucks. SPX, I bought put spreads. I just bought put spreads. I had one on already. I put on another one. I put on the no, is this the one I put on? Yeah, I put on the 340, the 2950 put spread. Is that making me money? I don't know. And I had 2980 on. This is kind of confusing. All right, so I bought the 340 originally, sold the 2980. I bought it at the wrong time. 2980 went up 550. I made $550 on the buyback on the long put. So what I did was I rolled it. I took the profits in that and went out further and bought another one. So and that wound up being the okay. Let me see. What the hell did I do here? Yeah, the 3040. Wait a minute. Yeah, I'm sorry, the 2950. I'm sorry, my eyes. So anyway, I rolled it out another 30 points and did it that way to kind of take some profits on it. So I even longer, it made me even longer on the short side. Tesla, oh man, it's nine. I got out of the Tesla trade. Y'all know I love Tesla. Let's pull that up. Tesla's made me a lot of money, but I don't want to really give it back. And oh man, I'm scared. So this is Tesla. Dang, 15 minutes. Okay, so let me pull up an hourly. It's not showing. Right? We struggled above this 1,000 point area. We kept going up there and getting knocked down, going up, getting knocked down, going up and getting knocked down. And now it's down. It went down to 2060, 2065, 2070, 27. I'm sorry, 9. Went down to 972 or so on this and that's when I sold it. So this bounce right here. Now let's pull up the 5 minute. See, it just came straight down hard. It was holding up pretty good in the beginning, but what had happened? The National Transportation Safety Board or whoever decided, hey, they looking into Tesla's recalls for that touch screen goes out on some of the cars. So once that news dropped early in the morning, it was shortly after 9:30. It just plunged, So I'm like, oh man, now we got this. And then it came back, and this is exactly where I sold. And sure enough, it was a good thing. I had positions that were pretty close, not that close, but not here. I guess on my other account, I sold the 900, the 850 put. So I'm like, okay, I'm getting out of that. Even though, I mean, as fast as that dropped, I didn't like it. Tomorrow it can be close to 920 again. So I just like, I'm getting out just because I don't feel the market. If the market was holding up, and you can see right now it's sitting right on that trend line. But if the market was holding up pretty good, I might have stuck in it. I'm just feeling unconfident. So I just got out of the position. Just done. And I'll watch it. I'm going to watch it for the $1,000 range. If it could stay above that for a couple of days, maybe I'll get back in. But it cannot hold that 1,000. So I was just like, I'm out. And then Walmart. I put another Walmart put spread on. Another bullish position. I sold the 115, 110. It is losing. I didn't think this will be an 800 point day on the downside. When are we down now? 7-11? 7-11, babe. So anyway, so that position is kind of losing money. I'm not quite worried about that one as of yet. I think it's only losing money because I sold volatility and volatility increased. So I did it somewhere around here. Right around where the position is, right around where it's at now. And I sold the 115, 120. So that's what I did, man. So that's all my trades that I've been doing. I'm down 2,000. Most of that is Facebook. I got out of that. I lost 400 on that tight put spread right there. And you can see the long call on those in 375. And the spreads, I'm losing, what is that, about 350, 360 or so each. And I got two of those. So yeah, Facebook is the culprit. I still like it though. Okay. So it's just the way it is when you trade those leaps like that. All right, so since you guys got no questions, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you the. Here's the coronavirus. So let's look at the. This is World Meters info, and you can see this the total cases in the U.S. Right. See, just going straight up. Looks like it took a turn for the higher. This is the one. Daily new cases. And look how it's just spiking, man. That's really not good. I mean, it's that same angle as we was in the beginning. If you look at this like a stock chart, you can see from here where we was going down, where we flattened that curve. That's when the economy closed, right? So we started to open up right around June, and then boom, the spike is happening. Look at the active cases. See the spike happening, right? I don't like that. Okay, what the hell's going on? Phone's going bugging out. This is the linear. Look at the daily deaths. It's coming down, right? But that last, June 23rd little spike. We got to keep an eye on that. That's the one good thing, is that people are not dying. They're dying less because I think medicine got a little better. We kind of know what to do when you reach that point where you like, you might make it or might not make it. I guess they know what to do. Give you all those medicines. I can't name them. One of them was that steroid, that, or is it hydroxychlorophyll or whatever that was. And, so they kind of handling it right there. And yeah, that's about it, man. You could look at this website. A lot of good things on this site, with the numbers if you want to analyze them. But here's the spike, right? So I'm worried about that. So New York, like we said, they getting tougher, and if that trend continues, I don't know if the market can sustain, because we've been straight up. It was the same stocks going up. It was just crazy. I don't like that. Here's Zoom. I'm bringing up, like, say, stock like Zoom. I mean, how much are you going to just go up every day? No, what comes up comes down, The harder it comes up, the harder it goes up, the harder it falls. You had Amazon just go straight up, went ballistic, and I still so pissed at myself because I was trying to get in right here around this 2,300 mark to buy a long leap call, and it just got away from me. And just think, I was trying to cap it at 2,700 2 years out, and the thing reached it in a month. It goes higher and higher, goes up every day, and then what happens today? You get somebody that upgrades it even. Oh, so it's up 400 points. Let's even throw another upgrade on it. But Amazon, they told you it's gonna. Hey, you see that down? That's what happened with the earnings. They told you, hey, now is not the time, investors. We're investing in COVID, blah blah. It's gonna be some time, all right, before the earnings start to go, because they spending a lot. They're gonna be doing some spending. So I don't think earnings is gonna happen for that, and that might be the time for us to get in, So, and that's because Amazon told us that, and I'm surprised. That's another thing that made me just stay away from the stock, because I'm surprised that it shook it off. Here's earnings, right? Gap down, and then it just went straight up from there. And the time when it passed this height right here of the earnings gap, which was, you see, it reached it here, came back in, reached it here. This should have been the time to possibly get in. Look at that check back to support, right, or resistance. And then it takes off. It just goes up every day. And this was just June 15th. This June 24th. It was at 2,500. Now it went up as high as, it went up 300 points. Just ridiculous, man. Yeah, they making money, but it's just ridiculous. So I don't know, man. I'm just feeling kind of bearish. Now the market's trying to run. I think the plunge protection team is in effect. I think they're going to hold it up like we've been talking about. I don't really feel comfortable being short. I'd rather just be flat. But when you look at the SPX, let's look at it like this. You see that little trend line I got here? Let me get rid of this one. It might bounce, it might break. You probably want to wait for the break. I'm in early. If it does, let's pull up the 4 hour. If it does, you can see we got some ways to come down to maybe here, right? That 3,000 mark that was so critical. Or if we break that, you never know. You never know. So here it comes. So do we run into the earnings, or do we close? So my position is gonna be in danger. It looks like looks like we got the double bottom. Let's pull up the minute. Let's pull up the 5 minute. Yeah, so we came up, came down, we're bouncing, and I think it's all about this trend line right here, or maybe even defending the low of the day. So we'll see what wins out. I think it could be kind of bullish if this holds, but if it doesn't, then it's really bearish. Let's see how it ends in the day. I have a feeling they buy, even though I'm short that one position. So I got to decide what I'm going to do. Am I really going to hold it? How confident am I? Oh, man, I might buy it back if it reached 400, take $150 loss on it. But since it's right there, man, Yeah, I just don't know if they hold it or not. And then tomorrow, if we up 300-400 points, which is typical the typical way, right? Then I'll be down even further because this SPX position is one. It's 25 deltas. It's pretty big. I didn't mean to be that big, but it's big, So we'll take a look at that. All right, so that's it, man. Hopefully y'all like this video and, like, subscribe, all that. Dre Trades Twitter, Dre Trades Instagram. I really don't know anything right about now because I just think it's getting bearish out there, but at the same time, the market forces, the Fed, Trump, the plunge protection team, I just don't know who's going to win, So, we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. But if you got gains, maybe you should take them off, take some profit. Did I tell you? Yeah, I guess I just took off on my positions, and I'm kind of short, so I guess I'm going to, I don't know, because we could bounce clear up to here, right? Or even here, so, and that's going to be, what is that, 60 S&Ps away? So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it acts along this bottom. Look at the advanced decline line on the NASDAQ. Oh, it's okay. It's rising. I didn't think it was, kind of stayed flat. This is what made me go short because we wasn't bouncing down here. We came down and we just steady, but it's still low. It's at 23.77. That's kind of negative, but it's trying to bounce. So maybe, look at that. It just turned right here. Maybe this is it. Maybe people are afraid to go short over the next day because you know how we'll have the 800-day, the 800-point open and whatnot. Either side you take, it could be painful, right? If you long, we're down 800 points. If you're short, we're up 800 points. The VIX is 10. Now it's 10%. I mean, we're still it went up to 37 today. I was like, wow, we're still in the 30s. That's high. It's low from where it came from, but it's high in general, So that means big swings, big swings. And generally, well, I was going to say generally when it's high, we go down. But we've been high and we've been ripping. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know. Things is just weird, It'll probably come down. We had the spike. This is right at the time the governor of New York was talking how bearish he was with the economy and ripping other states on, hey, man, you guys got to take care of this situation. And that was the peak. That was today. That was the buy point. Generally it is opposite, but and so it came back down and blah, blah. When I say buy, I mean the market, not here, not on the VIX. So let's see. Let's see who's going to win out for the day, the bulls or the bears. Do we close at the lows? I think it could be bullish. If we close at the lows, bearish. If we don't, it could be kind of bullish. It's like a small victory for the bulls. So let's see what happens. All right, so it looks like, gosh, I don't know, man. I don't know. All right, let me just end this video. I just don't know. I'll talk to y'all later, man. This is Dre Trades. I am